What is up, guys? This is me, Johnny Cooper64 here with another YouTube video, and welcome to my Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy Let's Plays Part 3 of Crash Bandicoot 1. Today I want to play as Coco Bandicoot, because, why not? She gets to be a free, unlockable character, and she's actually teleporting from Warped. Let's see, wait, oh yeah, I have to select her, I guess. Do you want her to join you in the adventure? Of course, why not? If only you can like switch characters in between games, or like during the game level, kind of like how Donkey Kong does it, I guess. But that's kind of like Coco kind of following you in a way. I'm not sure how to feel about that if they actually make that happen, but I don't think it'll actually be a good idea. But I do kind of wish they added Coco Bandicoot, and why did I not play as her? Oh gosh darn it. Alright, let me go back and select her as the playable character. But, the thing that bugs me of Sane Trilogy is that in Crash Bandicoot 2, you see Coco Bandicoot, but you really don't know where she came from. We know that it's Crash Bandicoot's sister, but, where the hell did she came from, after the events of Crash Bandicoot, the second game? Alright, wait. Swap hero. Okay, there you go. Swapping hero. Let's playing Coco Bandicoot. But as I was saying, I really do feel like they should have added a story, a way to introduce Coco during the ending, I guess, in Crash Bandicoot 1. I guess Crash, went back into the Cortex Towers, and I guess got her or something, something like that. Something cool, something epic for my girl Coco Bandicoot. Because I do feel like they should have added a bit of more backstory into her. And I mean, like this whole video of how Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy could be like a new, kind of like a soft reboot, I guess, to the Crash Bandicoot series. And how they could continue off from Warped instead of like continuing off from Mind Over Mutant. Because like if you didn't know, Wrath of Cortex is supposed to be like Crash Bandicoot 4, even though it really doesn't have a 4 in the game. The original trilogy does, connect a lot, because, in Crash Bandicoot 1, Cortex falls down into, like, the blimp, he goes off to like, a temple or something, and then in Crash Bandicoot 2, it continues straight off right after the ending of Crash Bandicoot 1, and we can see, see Cortex, where he left off of Crash Bandicoot 1, I guess. And, during the ending of Crash Bandicoot 2, you team up with Embryo, and, you both explode, little satellite from Crash Bandicoot, from Cortex, and, of course, those satellites, burn, explode, go into pieces, and it leads to Crash Bandicoot Warped, which, unleashes Uka, one of my favorite characters in the Crash Bandicoot series. Fantastic character. So, and Wrath of Cortex really doesn't really continue off from, like, the original trilogy. Like, it's just, like, kind of like its own game. But, it's actually really connected to Insanity due to the fact that, in the ending of Wrath of Cortex, we see, Cortex and Uka frozen, and then like during the intro or like the beginning scene of Insanity, during the menu screen, you can see Uka being like frozen with my boy Cortex. Ooh. And it's kind of like a continuation. Then there's like the Crash Titans, which is actually surprisingly part of the main Crash Bandicoot series, but I don't like really see how it's like basically a reboot or something. I'm not sure, but whatever. So they can really continue off of Warped, in my opinion. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, what's pretty cool about this level is that it's actually like, we're going inside and outside. Blue his house, like the blue little window in the blue cord wreck, and everything is just kind of blue for him. Ah, darn it, sauce. Darn it, sauce. I forgot, you can't, oh my flipping god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Now, also a cool fact about this level is that this is actually the first level to include a colored gem in the Crash series and also in Crash Bandicoot 1. You know, so since, you know, in Crash Bandicoot 1, in the original trilogy, I guess, or in the original on the PS1, you cannot die, you know, in any level in order to get a gem. But, you know, Sane Trilogy fixes that, and, you know, you can die and, you know, still get a gem, except for the color gems. And I really do like how, you know, they kept that, you know, same idea, but with the color gems, you know, keeping it more, giving it a bit more variety, or blah, 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 blah. Also, you can see, oh no, god. I do hate how, like, if you really go a bit more down, like, the pillar just, like, flips and, you know, you die and just land in that little ball that's outside. I mean, in real life, I don't think Coco will really die, since you kind of see, like, that little ball in the ground. Coco will really land. I mean, she will be injured, but why am I talking about this? This is, like, cartoon graphics. It's cartoon physics. But yeah, you do see Cortex's lab and castle in the background. Pretty nice, to see that. Oh, damn it. Got killed by a lizard. Iguana slash type of thing. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, it's an iguana. Slash lizard or something. Come on, come on. Ooh, okay, there you go. I do love, you know, how you can jump in these bastards. Now, I really didn't get that part, you know, in the original trilogy, how, like, it just explodes. I mean, in the original, like, you don't really see the boxes at all. You know, you just see it. But in here, in Sane Trilogy, of course, you see them explode. Pretty nice. I love how, like, Coco's trying to, like, cover the boxes by... Oh, no, she's dead. Coco's dead. She was covering the boxes from her laptop. I guess her laptop and her head is broken. I do love that little face she does after, like, you not getting the boxes. Isn't that Coco's fault, though? Or is this, like, some sort of, like, breaking the fourth wall? Because, you know, I guess she knows that I'm controlling her and, you know, I'm the reason why I didn't get the boxes. But I do love, like, the little personality that Coco has, you know, since Coco is indeed smarter than Crash Bandicoot. You know, due to her being more intelligent and stuff like that. Do love Coco. And hopefully, you know, in a future Crash game, you know, in the new Crash game, they do, you know, give her a bit more story. And, you know, instead of kind of being like a reskin of just Crash Bandicoot, you know, giving her kind of like own backstory or something like that, you know, kind of like how Crash and Coco met. But, you know, we all know that they're both brothers and sisters. You know, then there's also Crash Bandicoot, another creation by Dr. Neocortex. Don't know how that works during, you know, the Crash Bandicoot, you know, relative type of thing. So, you know, Crash Bandicoot, you know, tells, you know, he talks to Crash Bandicoot as of like a brother or something like that. You know, he's like, hey, what's up, little brother? So I'm not sure if he's actually like the real brother or something, or like I guess a blood sample. Like Cortex had like a little blood sample of Crash Bandicoot, and, you know, he put it into Crunch. So I think Crunch is indeed, you know, related to Crash and Coco. And hopefully, you know, if they actually do continue off of Warped, I know they're going to be using Crash Bandicoot and Neocortex, as they're both main characters to the Crash Bandicoot series, you know. If you're going to reboot, like, a Sonic game, you know, of course you have to include Knuckles and Tails and, like, you know, some other main characters like Shadow the Hedgehog. You know, you're not going to leave them behind. And, you know, I think that's what they're going to do with Crash Bandicoot if they actually do continue off of Warped, you know, and, you know, which means that Wrath of Cortex will not happen, or, like, never existed, basically, at least in that timeline. So they can give Crunch a new backstory. So hopefully, you know, the new backstory, Crunch is more of like a brother, like an actual, like, at least a long lost brother of Crash Bandicoot, instead of being like Crunch's new creation, because it does kind of seem a bit cheesy in a way. At least like kind of like how Uncharted 4 kind of did it, how, you know, Nathan Drake has like a long lost brother, and, you know, how Crunch can kind of be kind of like that in a way. And, you know, he's actually corrupt or something, or he actually works for Cortex and stuff like that. I don't know, like they can make like a new backstory. That's what all I know. And hopefully we also kind of, you know, get to play as Crash Bandicoot, because we really want to play as Crunch, and you know, hopefully it's not a reskin to Crash or Coco. With Coco, you know, the way I'm playing as her, she does kind of go a bit more faster, I'm not gonna lie. And of course I turned into an angel. Alright, wait, I'm going backwards actually. Alright, let's see. They actually did change the spider a lot in the temples. They make it more like green, as in its skin, instead of being like a black widow, as in its original counterpart. But you know, whatever, my dudes, whatever. New look, new playability, as they say. Also, I thought there was like some sort of a little Tana bonus stage, but I guess it does not have that, I guess. Oh my god, I do love Coco being scared. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Coco is not actually older than Crash. She's actually younger than Crash, even though she's more smarter than Crash, like in IQ and everything like that. You know, and back when I was a kid, you know, I actually thought Coco was an older sister, due to her, you know, being able to talk, and I thought, you know, Crash wasn't able to talk due to him being, I guess, a kid or something, you know. And, you know, with the whole reboot type of thing, I think they can kind of like add that in a way. Add like he is, I guess, young in the mind and stuff like that. Now here we have this level, Danger. Now, I guess this is the level where people started comparing the game to Dark Souls, you know, due to the game being a bit difficult on its jumps during the bridges. Like you see over here, you know, the bridges are a bit too... Wait, let me go back to get the Tana token. And this werehog, you know, what the flippin' hell? I saved your damn flippin' life from those tribesmen who were trying to eat you, and you come back and you try to bite my ass, even though I saved you. This werehog is a traitor. Just like Polar, I guess, during Twinsanity, where he tried to kill me. These guys are traitors. Never trust an animal with no brain, which means do not trust Crash Bandicoot, because that guy definitely does not have any brain. Alright, let's go over here. But yeah, a lot of people were comparing this game to Dark Souls. And PewDiePie was making fun of it during, you know, his Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy Let's Play of the first game. I really don't see why you have to compare every difficult game to Dark Souls. I know Dark Souls is a really difficult game, but, you know, these are platform games that came out before Dark Souls. Like, if anything, you should compare Dark Souls to these games, since, you know, these are like these came out way before Dark Souls. And of course, I guess Dark Souls, you know, didn't have like a new game, but, you know, if Dark Souls has a new game, I want a lot of people to compare Sane Trilogy or Cupheads, or, you know, that new Jurassic World / Monster Hunter type of game. I don't know what the hell that's called. I think it is Monster Hunter or something, that people were calling it Dark Souls. And, you know, it's a lot of stupid stuff, you know, they do these days. Just, I don't know why. Also, you can actually kind of like skip this level, I guess, in a way, or kind of cheat by going into these ropes. But in order to not fall like I just did, you have to you know, kind of use the D-pad. You know, do not use the analog stick, because, you know, if you use the analog stick, then, you know, you're gonna go to directions you don't want to go. So, you know, try to use the D-pad. And I just fell again. I wonder how that will feel, since, you know, there's like spikes everywhere in this level. Like, will Coco just land in a spike? That would be a painful, especially for a kid. Unless she's gonna fall from like deep down, since, you know, we're kind of like in the middle of the sky. Also, you can see the little castle, or, you know, Dr. Neocortex's castle in the background. And we're in the Tana bonus level. Oh god, we have to like jump further away. Like, you have to like press really hard in order to like in order to make it in time to the other platform. Ooh, Tana and Coco and Tana meet for the first time. Ooh, damn, hot. I guess they're some sort of like lesbians in a way. Alright, let's go back to these little Ninja Turtles. So yeah, as I said, go to these ropes, use the D-pad, and there you go. You are crossing and cheating on the game, which is what I did when I first got the game, and what I'm doing currently right now. And in the background, you can kind of see like the little Wumpa fruits, but you need to get like the gem in order to succeed into that level. After this level is actually like a sequel, which, you know, is actually in the third island, and it's way more harder and it's longer, I guess. It's supposed to come out after this level in the original trilogy, due to the fact of, like, you know, both of them having like the exact same background, you know, the Dr. Neocortex lab, or like the castle. So, you know, in the original trilogy, the third island didn't really make a lot of sense, you know, with that level, due to the fact that, you know, you were really right near to Dr. Neocortex's castle, yet it's, you know, really far, and it's, you know, the exact same background as the second island. But, you know, Vicarious Visions actually fixed that, and, you know, we're going to talk more about it once we're, you know, in that level. Now we're in Boulder Dash. You know, this same intro. Now, this one and the other one, I guess, or at least both of them, actually appear in Uncharted 4 as like a mini game. During Uncharted 4, you know, there's like these mini games. Wait. Crap, sorry. Alright. Sorry, okay. So during Uncharted 4, Elena has this PlayStation 1, and, you know, Nathan Drake is like, you know, this video game, you know, thingy or something. And, like, you know, Elena actually is a fan of Crash Bandicoot. She played it a lot, and hey, look at Coco. Look at her expressions. I really do love, you know, the expressions they made for Coco. But anyways, back to the story. Elena, you know, says how, you know, she played Crash Bandicoot a lot, and, you know, how she's really good at the game. So no, Nathan Drake, you know, wants to beat her due to the fact of, you know, him wanting to clean the dishes. So, you know, they make a bet, you know, if Nathan Drake does not beat, you know, or not get a higher score than Elena, then, you know, Elena's gonna like wash the dishes, or, you know, if he does end up beating the level, then I guess Nathan Drake does the dishes, you know. It's kind of like a little opposite type of thing that you usually do, you know. But, you know, it's really impossible, or it's actually impossible to beat the level, because, you know, it's trying to make you fail, and you can't actually really beat the Elena score until like the epilogue of the game. And we made it, and sadly we don't have the gem to go with that. Boulder Dash. And supposedly the word Boulder Dash is actually supposed to be like a word for nonsense. You know, I don't know how that works. Now we're going to be playing Sunset Vista. Sunset Vista. The longest level in Crash Bandicoot 1. And possibly, I think Sunset Vista is like the longest level in Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, as like, you know, as in the trilogy. Alright. Sunset Vista. Let's look at the hint. It says, want old school controls? Try the directional buttons, which is what I'm doing right now. I am trying out the directional buttons, and that's what I prefer more when playing, you know, Insane Trilogy, because, you know, it feels more classic, you know. Warped added the analog sticks, but in my opinion, the analog sticks are you know, they're good, but I want the D-pad more better, you know, when playing Insane Trilogy, because, you know, when you're playing in the analog stick, you kind of go into directions, you know, you're not wanting to go. Anyways, damn it. Also, you know, comparing the water to the Up Creek water, you can kind of see the difference. You know, how, like, they change the water, either by, you know, how, like, dirty it is, or because of the lighting it is. Because, in the other one, it's a bit more, like, realistic in a way, because it's, like, dark blue, and this one, it's, like, light blue. Of course, you know, in real life, we do see, like, light blue water, but I'm not sure if it's either because of the lighting, or because of, like, I guess, of how dirty it is, or, like, I'm not sure. But, you know, it is way different, and, you know, you kind of see, you know, the different type of, like, water textures they use you know, as each level continues on. You know, sometimes it's like dark blue, sometimes it's like light blue, and I just fell into the water, and Coco is having a nice bath right there. Alright, let's go off into this platform. Now, I really did have a lot of difficulty when getting the gold relic during this level, because my friend Oscar RATM, which I did a let's play, Crash Bandicoot Insane let's play for the first Crash Bandicoot game. You know, I want to give a huge shout out for him, you know, because he was helping me a lot with Sane Trilogy when it first came out. You know, he's a really huge expert on Crash Bandicoot here, and he is actually he's been a Crash Bandicoot member, you know, since the start. So, you know, bravo to him. I barely kind of like joined the Crash community last year, but I did play all the games when I was a kid. But when I mean like join the Crash community last year, I mean like, you know, make videos and stuff like that, you know, kind of interact with Crash fans. Oh no, you know, that's what I mean. But, you know, I am a Crash Bandicoot fan since I was like 4 years old. Crash Bandicoot is like my favorite marsupial favorite video game character of all time. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. Alright. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Like one wrong step and you're gonna fall into those fire pits, and you know, you don't really want that. Alright. Come on, platform, come on, platform. So back to the golden relic type of thing. This is actually the longest relic you have, or like I guess like in time. Let's see, because like in due to its length, because it actually is the longest level in the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy as like a whole, the longest level, and it actually beated another trial. Wait, now that I think about it, it's actually the longest like in the Crash Bandicoot series, believe it or not. It actually beats, like, you know, one of the levels in Wrath of Cortex. Twin Sanity didn't really have a relic, I guess. It beat in Nitro Kart's relic during the what was the level called? Hyperspaceway. Yeah, I remember. It was Hyperspaceway by 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And, you know, for Platinum, it was like 3 minutes and like 41 seconds. But it actually did beat it the level, which is actually like really surprising. Because, you know, in the original Crash game, you know, we know that there's no such thing as golden relics until like the Crash Bandicoot Warped. And, you know, it is a nice treatment that they did for, like, you know, the Sane Trilogy, because I do love the golden relics, and it does give a way more. I just flipped and fell. It does give the Sane Trilogy way more replayability, you know, because after you beat the game, you know, you really have nothing else to do. But I wanted to, you know, get platinum relics, so, you know, but not platinum relics, platinum trophies, you know, to show off my friends, hey, I just beat one of the most difficultest PS4 games there is, got platinum trophies, boom, shakalaka. And I'm going to be doing that for every Crash game that comes out. I'm going to be getting platinum trophies. Now I think it's gonna be way more difficult for, you know, Crash Team Racing, because, you know, it's racing in a way not hard but like complicated in order to get like a relic. So, you know, when I was trying to get the relic, golden relic in here, it was such a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna say that, huge ass pain in the ass. I was sweating. It took me a whole, not a whole day, but like, I'm not sure if it's actually a whole day. It took me a long time, I'll say, like 4 hours or something of, you know, non-stopping. You know, my heart was beating, you know, when I was like almost kind of like almost done with the level. My heart was pounding, my fingers were sweating, and it was actually, my fingers were actually wrinkled, like, you know, when you're too long in a bath. And that was actually my hands of too much, you know, sweatiness, because I was too scared that I was gonna fall in the middle of almost finishing the game and not, you know, end up beating the level at all. And, you know, it was such a hooray for me once I beat the level. I got the platinum. Not platinum, but I almost actually got the platinum due to the fact of me, you know, playing it for 4 hours. You know, you kind of see, you know, how like what type of steps you have to go to, especially in this one. This one is actually the most difficult that I have difficulty on, I shall say. Oh crap, you see, you fall, you have to like go back, and it does consume a lot of time. But it does give you a bit of fairness, if you want to get like golden relic, the time. But I actually did end up getting platinum relic in this level, and basically like the whole levels in the Crash Bandicoot 1, in Crash 2, and Crash 3. I basically got all platinum relics, platinum trophies. I beat it the hell out of this game, I'll say. Also, did you guys notice that this level actually has 4 floors? The beginning floor, and then there's like that middle floor, and we were just in the 3rd floor, and now we're in the 4th and final floor, and you can kind of see the little Dr. Neocortex castle in the background. Also, I forgot to say this when I was in this level, but you kind of did see like the little purplish, or like not purplish, but like reddish background. It wasn't actually like that in the when the game was being made. It was actually gonna have like a more bland color, not like the original at all. But one of my friends actually did participate on like kind of telling Vicarious Visions what to change, and they did end up changing it, and they give the tone and the lighting of the level Sunset Vista more it changed it into what it originally was going to be. Also, before I enter Kuala Kong, I just want to say that I actually did notice how like the island is actually flipped, because like in this part where I'm at, it's actually supposed to be like the start of like the Ripperoo, but like they flipped it for some reason. Not sure why, I'm not sure why, but they actually did change it. So we're here with yo boy Kuala Kong, or Kuala Dong, or Donkey Kong, or King Kong, or whatever. Now this is actually like the only lava level that is in the Crash Bandicoot 1. There was actually gonna be like more lava levels, I think like 2 lava levels, but it was actually cut, I think, due to time and like the graphic limits and stuff like that. But I wish they kind of added that as a DLC. I think they can still cold, since Vicarious Visions, I think, is gonna end up fixing the glitches later on this year to make the game 100% complete. Because right now the game is 99% complete. There's like that 1% left due to the fact that there's like tons of glitches in this game. Some of them being enjoyable, some of them being annoying, and yet you really have to take them out. But they're gonna end up fixing the game, I guess, this year, and it's just gonna be a masterpiece. Sadly, they're only doing this because it's gonna be coming to the Nintendo Switch and the PC due to its recent rumors, and I really do see it coming to the Switch because Crash Bandicoot is sadly on Activision. They have the rights and everything, so they basically own the character and they can do whatever they want. Now this level actually does remind me of like the Donkey Kong level, during like those minecart levels, and then there's Kuala Kong, or Donkey Kong as I say it, trying to freaking throw the freaking huge ass rock on top of me. Ooh, okay. Boom, shakalaka, and I beat it, Kuala Kong. Now, in the original trilogy, of course, Kuala Kong falls down and he, I guess, gets defeated. In this one, he actually does not get defeated, and it actually doesn't make sense since Kuala Kong is really a tough guy. He has lots of muscles, and hitting him with a bunch of rocks, I guess doesn't really give a lot of damage to him, but it does make sense because he is a tough guy. So I really do love how like the minecart just grabs him and takes him away. Really do love that realism, and those little small cutscenes Vicarious Visions added during the beginning of the game and also during the outro of the game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my part 3 of my Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy Let's Plays. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.